Hello, what you're looking at is my server. I mean, what I will use as a server for Plex, for Home Assistant, and mainly a Minecraft server. I bought an old PC for like 30 bucks, maybe a little bit less. I took it because of the AMD CPU. It was a Phenom 2. It's a quad core, so it was interesting. It was the lowest price I could get a quad core for. And in addition, I got the motherboard, the PSU, and everything. It was less pricey than Dell Optiplex or anything other in my area. At first, it was on this motherboard. It's an Asus. I took it also because of the RAM. The other motherboards, there was only 2 slots. Each one of them is 4 gigs, so only 8 gigs wasn't enough for the Minecraft server. So I bought this motherboard as a way of upgrading my RAM. But I faced some problem while transferring every component. So I will show you how to pass every problem changing motherboard. So this video will be cut in 4 steps. We will start with the front panel, then the PSU, the rear and front chassis fan, and then the front audio USB. So I will unplug everything. So first we're gonna start with the front panel, the on-off switch, power button, the HDD LED, and the power LED. So as you can see, those are the 9 pins coming out of the motherboard. On mine, it's placed right here. It should be, power LED, just next to the speaker. Power button LED. It should be black on every HP, but sometimes those are arranged differently. But those are always the same pins. On HP, Dell will be, I think, different, but I'm not sure. So the most important is the power button, of course. It will be these. So as you can see, it will be those two. Those will be the HDD, those two LED, and in the top left corner, it will be the power LED. So I'll start with the HDD LED. So as you can see, it's in the bottom left corner. So I'm coming on HDD LED. I don't know. So yeah, right. I'll continue with the power LED. As you can see, mine is a 3-pin connector, but it doesn't matter. I just disassemble it and took the pin out and reassembled it the right way. And since there is nothing blocking the 2 pins on the right to enter, it's right. It's okay. See, the blank one is in the void, but it's no problem. And the last one is the power button, and it goes in the bottom right. So yeah, it should look like that. So yeah, it's the easiest part. I'm gonna plug the HDD. Now we can go on the PSU. As you can see, it's not the original PSU. To make it work on the HP board, it's the most important part. It won't work without it. It's 24 to 6 pin connector, 2 times 6 pin. That's an HP own connector. So as you can see on this draw, only those two are important. On the 6-pin connector, on the HP own 6-pin connector, only those two are important. I don't know what those two are for, therefore we will not touch it. You need to make it sure it's for your motherboard. I took the wiring will not always be the same, but there are pretty chances it's like that. So just buy the PSU adapter for your motherboard, and then you will be left with only 2 pins without blank or with a shortcut. On mine I had a black shortcut on those 2 pins. Those are for the PSU fan. So at first those will be blank. I will plug it. So I modded the pins, but I'm not gonna plug the fan, so you can see what error we're gonna have. So I'm not plugging the fan. I'm just plugging the PSU. So the 6-pin is right here, and the other is just above. The white connector on the motherboard are for in power, and the black ones are for out. So those two are for SATA connector, and on the next to the CPU you should have a 4-pin connector for the CPU. So I'm gonna plug it. It's right there. Okay, I'm gonna turn on the PC. So first I'm turning on power. There's a LED. So we are left with a front USB 1 and 2, front audio, rear and front chassis fan, and power supply fan. So for the power supply fan, the motherboard is expecting you to have a 4-pin connector fan. So on a 4-pin connector there is a sensor and a control pin. So the sensor is entering the motherboard and the control is coming out. So you only need the sensor to be plugged. So you can take a 3-pin fan and it will always be running at high speed. So you could possibly put the fan on the rear chassis fan, but we will still have the rear chassis fan not detected problem. So what I did is I took a Molex to 2-pin the fan connection, and I plugged it. Only the sensor is important, so we're gonna turn on the PC again. So the fan is spinning. It should take it as the PSU fan. So front USB, front audio, rear chassis and front chassis, but no PSU fan. So now that the PSU is set, we're gonna see the rear and front chassis, 512 and 513. So I'm turning it off. I'm turning off the PSU, and I'm trying to turn it on, so all the current is out of the motherboard. You can do it multiple times. So yeah, that's the third part, the rear and front chassis. So those are the brown pins, the brown fan connection. So you need, as for the PSU, you need to connect the sensor at least on the sensor pin. So you don't need a 4-pin to make it work. You only need a 12 or 5 volt and a ground and the sensor. So I took a 3-pin fan connector. I cut the little bits going out. So it's ground, 12 volts, and the sensor, and that's the PWS pin. So you need to, the little holes are away from the little thing, and it goes on the left. So that's the rear chassis fan. So we have our sensor. And for the front, I will use the CPU fan. You can, if you have it, you can use the CPU fan. That's an Intel one, but I really want to use the AMD. So again, the pin away from the little bit, and we can plug it in. So yeah, those are the rear and front chassis fan. So again, I'm gonna turn on the PC and we're gonna see. Turning on the PSU. Every fan are spinning. That's the power supply fan, rear and front chassis. Front USB, 1, 2, come on. And front audio. So the rear and chassis fan are gone. I'm gonna turn it off. Turning the PSU off. Turning it on so every current is going out. So we are left with front audio and front USB 1 and 2. Those are the three that we will use. So we will start with audio. So that's the blue one. Front, it should be front audio. That's a 10-pin connector. I mean 9. Though the only two pins which interest us are the ground and the sensor. A little bit like the fan. We only need to say something is on the connector. So you need to short those two. On the line with the blank, the two on the right. So I made a little short. I'm gonna plug it in. So as you can see, the blank, one pin, and that's the two. So that's good. We're gonna see now the USB. That's a classical USB connector, but HP used one of the two blanks. Here is a real blank, and here is there is a hole without any connection, normally. But HP uses to make their own connection. You can use your front USB connector as I did, but you need to short. You need to short the HP pin with the ground. Tells the motherboard there is something, and it's HP on. So I'm gonna plug it in. I just took out the ground. I connected the short and put it back. And for the last one, it's not a normal USB, as you can see. The blank is on the bottom and not on the top. What I did is I did this little short. I used pin on a classic wire, and you need to short the HP pin, which now just for the USB 2, which now is on the top and not on the bottom. Maybe on the more recent motherboard you will have a blue connector like this one, but maybe a little bit bigger. For USB 2 it will not be the green one, but there is another video explaining it. I will put it down, but for the older version there is this one. So you need to short the HP pin with the ground. You just need to make sure there is no contact with any other pin or with the motherboard. It could create a short that we don't want, and that could mess up with the board and even destroy it. You can buy already made short for like $1 or $2 on Amazon. I could put it in down also. Front USB, front audio, front panel with switch. The power supply is okay. The power supply's fan is okay. The rear and front chassis fan are okay. So we're gonna turn it on and see. Every fan are spinning. And yeah, it's booting. I tried to help you as other helped me. I hope it will reach someone. And yeah, so thank you guys. Don't hesitate to like and subscribe. And yeah, have a nice day.